Good morning, Montour High School.
And welcome to our 2023 Christmas Holiday Spectacular.
Let's start our spectacular off with a rap by Cookie Monster, Marlo Sayanovich, G Money, Gianni Davis, and the one and only Mr. D Nice.
It's that time of year again, and we know what you've been wishing. You'll be filled with cheer, my friend, the epic new tradition.
Singing for the mass, we throwing out that title recital, bringing you to class with this fire goal that's vital.
'Tis the season, it's all about
Christmas.
Let's find out what Montour have on they
Wish
Tis
list.
the season, a time full of
Cheer.
Let's see what y'all kids
Want this year. Mr. Gallius will have a fit without his EDM. He gon' share it with Carlick and it'll please the both of them. Miss Hester's asking to be a trendsetter with a chair vendetta. It gets better. Students sit on the floor in a red sweater.
Now at the library, we move real fast before Miss Bonavita needs an e-hall pass.
Mirko peeped the name, got it from his old flag feature. Social studies keeps him sane, so he won't go to class to beat ya.
Tis the season, it's all about
Christmas.
Let's find out what Montour have on they
Wish list.
Tis the season, a time full of
Cheer.
Let's see what y'all kids
Want this year.
You better watch Miss Lucas if you have your stinky phones and get ready to enter the only foreign language zone.
Across the hall is a teacher y'all won't be dissing. What he wants this year is that y'all gon' listen.
Maro's called the Grinch. What do you all think? The only thing he really wants is a Starbucks drink.
They hate to see the phones around the town. It's the language teachers foaming out the mouth.
Tis the season, it's all about
Christmas.
Let's find out what Montour have on they
Wish list.
Tis the season, a time full of
Cheer.
Let's see what y'all kids
Want this year. Now here's the gang, you know we love them all. What they want this year is a new bocce ball.
Miss Buckles has a list. She spent the year in preparation. She's hoping this year she gets a book on meditation. And Miss Crawshaw needs her mind set at ease, so she's asking all her students to sign up for PLTs.
Dush, the praised football legend, stopped to play and took some lessons. All the day stuck salsa dancing. Heed the plan, free this man. All he wants, raise the funds to maul the ransom.
Tis the season, it's all about
Christmas.
Let's find out what Montour have on they
Wish
Tis
list.
the season, a time full of
Cheer.
Let's see what y'all kids
Want this year. Wilson's making sure her kids get gifts too. On January 3rd, they'll have a new Quizzy Poo.
Novels and essays are the English teacher's goals. They don't need to ask for nothing. They already getting cold.
We have an all-state soccer player. He's a 4.9. What he needs for this Christmas is to be on time.
It's time to leave for break and enjoy the holidays, with teachers only wanting for some more dress-down days. Cookie girl out.
G-Money out.
Thank you so much for that absolute banger of a rap. What a way to get this thing started.
Heck yeah. Next, we have a video from Riley and Mackenzie Hall. Let's see what they got.
Wow, thanks Riley and Mackenzie. That was so creative. Now over to Mike.
All right, next up, y'all, we got Sterling McLeister and the Christmas Players.
Fa la 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 la.
Las tardes ya son más frías, con tus manos entre las mías, y siempre está por llegar. Va a nevar, va a nevar, va a nevar. El fuego ya está prendido, anda ven a gozar conmigo. Muy pronto en este lugar, va a nevar, va a nevar, va a nevar.
Thanks, Mike. Sterling and Danielle, that was an awesome video.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to answer the age-old question, which cereal is the best? Let's hand it over to Mr. D and the cereal committee for an in-depth analysis of our cereals.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first annual Tournament of Champions. This year, the classic Tournament of Champions is all about cereal. Next year, it could be something different, but we have a fine cereal experts here with us today. They're going to break down and answer the final question once and for all. What is the best cereal of all time? With me to break down the brackets and analyze the tournament, I have cereal expert Mr. Waldron, 43 years of cereal eating experience, an amazing expert. Let's say hello to Mr. Waldron. Next to Mr. Waldron, we have Ryan Altenhoff, also known as The Hoff. Prior to every golf match, a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch can't be missed. 16 years of cereal eating experience. And on the far end, we have Kale Schwartzmiller. Kale Schwartzmiller also with 16 years of cereal eating experience. In the neighborhood growing up, they called him the cereal killer. That's right. So these are our experts, and let's talk about this. First of all, any comments you guys want to make about the Cereal Bowl tournament and what it means to you guys?
This is a special thing for me, you know. Cereal is one of my favorite things in the world, and I think it's a question that's been asked for a long time. What is the best cereal of all time? And I think we're going to finally get down to the answer here, and I'm excited to see what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think there were a couple notable people left out. I think there's some people that were snubbed, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, sure, yeah. It becomes personal when you talk cereal.
It does, and I'm going to get into some of that today, but I think there's some obvious cereals that were even left out of the bracket, and we'll talk about that today and some other things, but we will get down to the answer to that question, Kale, about what really is the greatest cereal.
The fourth number one seed, so the fourth overall seed in the tournament, leading the Tutti Frutti division, is my personal favorite, Fruity Pebbles.
You know, I like Fruity Pebbles. I can understand why it's your favorite. I think there's cereals that are better out there for it, to be honest, over that one, to be honest.
I agree with that. I respect that they're the number one in this fruit division, but to me, they're just they're a step below these other greats in the other divisions, and we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, I think overrated. Fruity Pebbles, I don't know how they would get the number one seed in this bracket. I think there's clear cereals that are better. You know, Fruit Loops comes to mind, you know, maybe even Lucky Charms. I'm just not feeling Fruity Pebbles as the number 4 overall. I think it's a reach.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Let's go to the Chocolat division. A lot of good cereals in this category. The number 3 overall seed comes in with Cocoa Puffs.
Overrated. I'm not a huge Cocoa Puffs guy. Personally, if we had to go chocolate, I'm taking Reese's Puffs. You get the peanut butter and chocolate mix in there. It's a classic combination with the spin from the snack Reese's. I think Reese's Puffs would be my number 1 overall here.
I agree with that completely. I don't think that Cocoa Puffs has a chance in this bracket compared to some of these other Cocoa Pebbles. I think it's better than Cocoa Puffs. I like, you know, you put them in the milk, they soften up a little bit. You can eat them dry even. Is that a reach? I don't know. Reese's Puffs, I still think number 1.
Reese's Puffs, bad for you guys. Not a good cereal. It's meant to be a candy. I don't know what they're doing trying to get into the cereal market. I don't like it. You know, in my opinion, you know, Cocoa Puffs may be the number 1 seed, but watch out for Cookie Crisp. It's a cereal that has been around for a long time. You know, it's chocolate chip cookies in cereal. I mean, come on. In milk, I mean, what beats it? Chocolate chip cookies and milk? Maybe a little bit of a dark horse going into this bracket.
I'm just worried about the younger generation not knowing how good Cookie Crisp could have been, but I do agree with that point. Let's go to the Just Add Sugar division. It's a classic. One of the best-selling cereals, if not the best-selling cereal, sorry about that, of all time. We have Cheerios, the overall number 2 seed.
I'm a big fan of Cheerios. You know, it's simple. You know, keep it simple. You can't go wrong with them. You can have them anytime. Like Ryan brought up before, you can have them dry different times. And, you know, the strawberries with them goes really well. So I'm a fan of Cheerios here.
Yeah, and I think that putting Cheerios at the number 1 and, you know, you'll see later the Cinnamon Toast Crunch is above Honey Nut Cheerios. I honestly think Honey Nut Cheerios is better than the standard, but I can see why Cheerios makes the number 1 here in this bracket because there's really not many other top-tier cereals here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the bracket, Just Add Sugar altogether, but if you got to have a winner, it's got to be Cheerios.
Yeah, and I think the committee got this one right. I think naming it Just Add Sugar, I mean, you can have a better name for a reason here. Cheerios is a classic, though. From when kids can finally start eating with their fingers, Cheerios might be the first thing they ever have. So.
Let's move on to the overall number 1 seed. Talking to a lot of kids and just a lot of people around, they seem to agree that Cinnamon Toast Crunch deserves that number 1 overall seed in the Sweet Treats division. I personally, not the biggest fan of the cereal, but it seems the population really seems to like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I think it's going to be our first disagreement here. I think Cinnamon Toast Crunch is consensus number 1 overall. Shouldn't even be a question about it. Not only is it great to just have, then you have the milk afterwards. You get the cinnamon in it. You know, you can't buy cinnamon sugar milk anywhere. You have to get it from the cereal, and therefore, I think that makes it high for my list. I agree with this being the number 1 overall pick.
I'm going to agree with that as well. I think a lot of my fellow peers would agree with this. I mean, recently it's boomed in popularity compared to some of these other flavorless cereals. So,
and I think the Sweet Treats bracket is by far the hardest bracket. There's so many good cereals in this bracket. Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes. I mean, and don't sleep on Golden Grams. They should be a lot higher. I think they're a little bit underseeded. This is just a tough bracket overall. Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I mean, a strong contender certainly in such a tough bracket.
Yeah, I believe that, you know, totally agree with that. Sweet Treats, the winner's going to come out of this category in my opinion. Start with the Tutti Frutti bracket. You can see right here the number 1 seed overall, Fruity Pebbles. They'll be playing the number 8 seed, a surprise to get into the tournament, and we'll talk about these brackets in a second. But Grape Nuts makes their way into the tournament as the number 8 seed. At the number 4 seed, we have Captain Crunch, who will be going up against Apple Jacks. That's a tough matchup. 2 classics there. The 2 seed on the right-hand side of the bracket, Lucky Charms going up against Raisin Bran, who made it in. And then we have Fruit Loops and Tricks again. Like, this is a pretty solid category. I don't think there's a ton of overall talent. Clearly, Grape Nuts and Raisin Bran bring this bracket down. But what are your thoughts on the bracket itself, fellas?
Grape Nuts really I don't think it has a right to be here at all.
All right. In the other side of the bracket, we have the 2 versus the 7. Again, I think this is a no-brainer. I think Lucky Charms advances. You guys agree with that?
I agree.
Been around forever. Raisin Bran doesn't even deserve to be in this tournament. And there it is. Lucky Charms does advance. Now we go back over to the 4-5. A classic matchup here. Crunch Berries versus Apple Jacks, I think, is going to be closer than people think.
You know, in my opinion, Crunch Berries should take this one pretty easily. I think they're a quality franchise player. Yeah, I agree with that completely. I'd say Crunch Berries is probably one of the greatest cereals coming out of the Captain Crunch program. And Apple Jacks is a little standalone, really no help around. And I think Crunch Berries takes this one. Yeah. Now, I like Crunch Berries, but don't sleep on Apple Jacks. I'm just telling you, they're a contender. Yeah. And I think they're a little bit underrated. They might give Crunch Berry a run for their money. Don't be surprised.
The votes are in. Let's see what we have. And there you have it, folks, your first upset of the tournament. You can see the younger generation
of analysts not happy with that, but as 2 people have been eating cereal for a long time, combined 9 years of cereal experience, I'm not surprised. Not surprised that Apple Jacks
won.
What I'm upset about is if I take a look at the votes here, it wasn't even close to Crunch Berries.
Let's go to the 3-6. Again, this is a tough one here. Fruit Loops versus Tricks. A 6 seed could upset him here. The biggest problem I have with Tricks these days is the consistency. So it's gone downhill.
I feel like Trix has lost its identity.
Yeah.
To just be the circles. It was easy. It made sense. Now they have all these different shapes, and who even knows what it is anymore?
So let's reveal this one here, and without surprise, the 3 seed moves on. Yeah. So now we go over to the left side of the bracket, Fruity Pebbles versus Apple Jacks. As you know, I'm a big fan of Fruity Pebbles. I don't think Apple Jacks can pull off this kind of upset.
No, I think this would be too hard for them to do.
Yeah.
I think Fruity Pebbles takes one pretty easily.
Votes are in. And there you have it. Fruity Pebbles moving on. Yep. Lucky Charms versus Fruit Loops, the 2 versus 3. Now that's little bit more of a tougher matchup. I think this one's going to be a lot closer than people think. Can the 2 seed hold on?
They've been really good for a long time, and I can see why if it happens.
Here's my take on the Lucky Charms. You know, inevitably somebody in your house gets into the Lucky Charms and they take all the marshmallows.
They do.
And then all you're left with is just the bits, and it's
I
no
have to
good.
say,
So I think for that reason,
That was me.
Fruit
I
Loops.
was the marshmallow guy. You know?
Let's see what the voters said. And there it is, Fruit Loops with an unprecedented win. They're going to take it as a 3 seed. I'm not surprised by it. I wouldn't call it an upset. I'd say this was pretty much.
a fair match.
Yeah, no doubt.
Two good teams.
So the final in the Tutti Frutti division is going to go between Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles. Obviously, if you're going to pick 2 out of the Tutti Frutti division, the 2 with fruit in their name are going to be there.
History of the league, and
Yeah.
they're a staple. So I think Fruity Pebbles has what it takes to hold on here.
Yeah, I know, Mr. D, you're a big fan of the Fruity Pebbles, and I think that comes down to your age, and that Fred Flintstone, he's getting up there. And
He's from the Stone Age.
he is from the Stone Age.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get aged out, and Tin Can Sam,
Yeah.
I think he's going to outrun him,
Good
outplay
call.
him, and Fruit Loops takes this one, I think.
All right.
so I said at the beginning that I thought Fruity Pebbles was an undeserving number 1, and this is where I think their story ends. I think
The final vote is in. Moving on to the final 4 is Fruit Loops, a number 3 seed. Our first bracket has a number 3 seed making it all the way to the finals.
There we go.
Yeah. Let's go to the chocolate division. A lot of good cereals in this category. The number 3 overall seed. All right, we are now moving on to the Just Add Sugar bracket. By the way, Hoff, you look a little pale.
Yes.
Anyway,
Okay.
let's just move on here. A lot of people were saying this is the weakest bracket in the entire competition. If these cereals are in other brackets, they may not even make it to the Final Four, but someone's going to win this bracket. What are your thoughts on this being the weakest bracket overall?
Oh, my first take here is I'm looking at the bracket, and I just see a cereal that's not here that should be. I think the biggest snub of the entire tournament is Crispix. I mean, where is Crispix on this bracket? I don't know how the committee leaves out Crispix. You have cereals like Wheaties and Kix, who, in my opinion, don't deserve a bid. They're 80s cereals. I mean, look at Kix. They have some kind of new mascot. You can't even tell what the heck it is. I mean, here we are. It's Crispix. I mean, they're one of the top cereals, in my opinion, that you need to add sugar to, and you can't even find them on the bracket. Committee, you made a big mistake with Crispix. They should be in the tournament.
All right. You feel very strongly about
Yes,
that.
he
You know,
does.
I can tell.
I'll address that in a second, but go ahead, Kel.
Wheaties, you know, they're historical cereal. You know, they were big in the 80s, you know, had a lot of famous people work with them, but just they're past their prime now. And, you know, I think the only reason they have a spot in this tournament is because of the history of that team.
But to address the committee, part of those meetings, I was in there with a lot of the committee members. What they're telling me is Crispix doesn't get in simply based on its shape. I mean, that's the biggest problem with Crispix. It doesn't fit the mold of the other cereals. It's not square. It's not round. It's not a flake. It's a hexagon. And people just don't like hexagons. And Crispix doesn't really have an identity. But I appreciate the take on that. I'm just relaying what the committee had to say.
Shape discrimination.
Here we go. Let's reveal the bracket and the winners. In the 1-8 matchup, Kix. I believe that's Paw Patrol. They're trying to be relevant. They're not. Cheerios, a standard, one of the best-selling cereals. You guys think any way that Kix even competes here?
Not at all.
Not at all. And we'll go to the board. Cheerios is moving on. In the 2-7 matchup, another classic, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. The Rice Krispies guys against Wheaties. I have a Wheaties box of the 1992 Penguins, unopened Penguins champion on it. Maybe it's worth money, maybe it's not. I know I'm not going to eat it because it's not good cereal. Let's talk about this one, and there we go. We have Rice Krispies moving on.
No surprise at all.
Not at all. The 4-5, I mean, these two cereals are awfully similar. Life and Chex, maybe this could be something crazy here, but let's see what moves on. And Chex is moving on, and quickly into the 3-6 matchup. Special K and Cornflakes. I don't even think anybody cares who wins that one. Both of those
But let's
cereals.
be honest, Special K is just terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Cornflakes isn't much better, but Special K
this is by far and away the nostalgia bracket.
Yeah,
like these cereals, Cheerios, Rice Krispies, Corn, they've been around for
Loved by old people
yeah,
everywhere.
no doubt about
Senior
it.
citizens.
Yes, no doubt. That's why it's Just Add Sugar. All right, let's go over to Cheerios versus Rice Chex. Cheerios is going to make their way into the finals of this division, and Rice Krispies versus Corn Flakes.
As
Does it
expected.
even? Yeah, I expect it. Does it matter who wins this? Because I don't think anybody's beating Cheerios in this bracket.
I don't.
No.
So let's just reveal the next two. There's Rice Krispies moving on. And like we thought, Cheerios, the winner of the Just Add. All right, we have one bracket left, and this is by far and away what everyone is talking about. This bracket is loaded. The Sweet Treats bracket, all around the board. You have.
I think your winner's going to come out of this bracket, in my opinion.
It says that Golden Grams is the 7.
That's what it says on this bracket. That is correct. Golden
I
Grams
do
is
agree.
7.
Golden Grams is a little bit low. I am a fan of Golden Grams as well, but
I mean, what is the committee doing? How could Golden Grams possibly be a number 7 seed? I mean, in my opinion, it should be the winner of this entire bracket. 7?
I do think they got the shaft going against Honey Nut Cheerios in this bracket. They probably could have won a first, maybe a second round game. I still don't think they're getting to the finals. No. So let's take a look. 1 versus 8, Honeycomb. Honeycomb, I used to love that commercial back in the day. Honeycomb is big, but Honeycomb is out. Cinnamon Toast Crunch destroys Honeycomb. One of the lowest vote getters. Yeah, it wasn't a contest. Honey Nut Cheerios versus Mr. Waldron's beloved Golden Grams.
I mean, this is an unfair matchup. Honey Nut Cheerios and Golden Grams, it's just ridiculous. They shouldn't even be in this position, Golden Grams.
hey, it's how the cards fall.
The voters clearly put Honey Nut Cheerios.
Excuse me.
And we knew something like this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. All right, let's move on into the 4-5 matchup. Let's see who wins this one. And moving on is going to be Captain Crunch. We move over into, oh, wait a second. We got Mr. Walden's back in the studio. Mr. Walden, come on back in here. We know you're a little upset. We know, Golden Grams didn't make it on, but the cooler has prevailed.
Should we take a lap?
That's okay.
Yeah, let's just remember.
This is about the big picture.
Absolutely. It's about the breakfast experience, the cold cereal breakfast experience, not about individuals. Let's move on to Frosted Flakes and Honey Bunches of Oats. Personally, not a fan of Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger, don't even get me started on that mascot. They win, like we thought. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Captain Crunch. There you have it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch moving on.
No surprises again?
Not again. Now, how about on this matchup here? Honey Nut Cheerios and Frosted Flakes. I don't know.
Honey Nut Cheerios, it's a spin on the original. It's a spin on, it's one of the.
I think it's head and shoulders above the original.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Let's see if people are voting on the cereal or the mascot in the advertising here. And there you have it. Frosted Flakes somehow beats Honey Nut. I'm with you on the committee right now. Like,
Wow.
I just don't understand these voting, but no surprise here. Cinnamon Toast Crunch takes the Sweet Treats division. And ladies and gentlemen, here you have it, your final 4. Let's take a look at them. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cheerios, Cocoa Puffs, and Fruit Loops. All right, we just had our final 4 revealed. Let's talk real quick. I'm going to go to the panel here and see what you guys think. Who will win this tournament? Who deserves to win this tournament?
My pick's gonna be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 1 overall seed. I'm definitely not surprised they win. I feel like they're the best cereal around. That's my pick. Yeah, we have 4 veterans here. But again, one stands above them all. I think that the Cinnamon Toast Crunch is very deserving of that 1 seed, and they're gonna go all the way. So my pick is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Respectfully, guys, I do have to disagree. Out of these 4 cereals, which none of them are really my favorite, but if I had to pick one of this, it would be a Cocoa Puffs. Not the best, but at the end of it, at least you get some chocolate milk, which you can buy in stores, unlike cinnamon sugar milk.
I think
or
that's
whatever
what- I
you
think
get
that's
from
what-
Cinnamon
but
Toast
But
Crunch.
this is about the cereal. This isn't about anything.
I agree.
anything
And it
else
was
but
pretty
cereal.
clear all the way along that you guys definitely liked the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It definitely seems to appeal to a younger generation. The votes are in. The finals are here. Here's the champion. The champion will be revealed. 55% of the vote went to this cereal, and you guys guessed it. There it is. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is our winner. Let's give it up for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Congratulations.
Well deserved here.
It's not Fruity Pebbles. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch does win. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure here breaking down the Cereal Bowl tournament bracket. We've had a blast doing it. Next year, the Tournament of Champions, maybe candy, maybe we're looking into holiday cookies. You name it, you tell us, we'll break it down. Have a wonderful holiday. We'll see you next year, everyone. From behalf of all my colleagues here on the panel, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Good stuff, guys. Great job, gentlemen.
Thank you so much to everyone who made the cereal tournament possible by voting in our polls.
What a great analysis. Congratulations again to the winner, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
And now, for our next segment, we'll send it over to Nathan, who's out in the field asking people the most important questions they have this holiday season.
Hello, who would win in a fight, Santa Claus or Mike Tyson?
Santa Claus. Who's Mike Tyson?
Thank you, that's all I need. Hello, man. What is your Christmas hot take? A hot take on Christmas.
The lady who had invented Elf on the Shelf was smart.
Thank you.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Thank you.
I am the one, the way your son don't need.
Let's toss it over to Mike for a special skit.
A very special skit.
It's a very special skit indeed. Now we're going to be going to Grace and Brooke's rendition of Mean Girls with the fellas.
Sam?
Go. Thanks to us for that awesome video.
Yeah, thanks, Regina.
Next up, we got a fierce competition. I finished a lyric with the most random people in our school. Let's go.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
Didn't even give me time to guess it.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do.
I don't have no idea. I don't know. Oh, that's like one of the ones I don't know.
Let's do this.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
I don't know. Oh, you missed!
Once bitten and twice shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me?
I have no idea. I've never heard that before in my life.
That was pretty easy.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
What were the words?
It literally just went.
Oh my gosh, of course. You actually did.
Up like Christmas, toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be
On your own front door?
on your own.
I don't know.
Oh, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're away.
He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Get me out of here.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells.
Oh my god. Isn't it like Dasher and Dancer? Snowing and glowing. Oh yeah. Finish it. No, finish it.
Snowing and blowing up.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
I don't know.
Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the
I don't know it.
snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago.
At all. I remember when you were here and all the fun we had last year.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. Hey! Yay!
Comet and Cupid and Donald and Blitzen. I'm gonna hold you close. Make sure that you know.
I was lost before you. Man, was that a fun competition. Now it's time to find out what everyone's holiday favorites are.
We sent out a Google form asking your favorite things about the holiday season. Here were your answers. The first favorite was holiday movies. It Is a Wonderful Life and Die Hard tied for 5th place. Polar Express got 4th place. Home Alone and Grinch tied for 3rd place. 2nd place was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Montour's favorite holiday movie was Elf. Next was favorite holiday song. In order from 5th to 1st place, the favorites were Carol of the Bells, Jingle Bell Rock, Oh Holy Night, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and Last Christmas. In order from 5th to 1st, Montour's favorite holiday foods were pasta, pierogies, potatoes, cookies, and the favorite was ham. Next was favorite holiday cookies. Gingerbread and Buckeyes tied in 5th place. Snickerdoodle came in 4th. 3rd place was the classic chocolate chip cookie. Peanut Butter Blossoms placed 2nd, and the winner of this vote was sugar cookies. Your favorite holiday traditions were White Elephant, Midnight Mass, and Breakfast in the Morning all tied for 5th place. Dinner and the Feast of the 7 Fishes tied in 4th. 3rd place was Decorating the Tree. The runner-up was Exchanging Presents, and the favorite tradition was Seeing Family. In order from 5th to 1st, Montour's favorite things to do in the snow were ski, make a snowman, snowball fight, stay inside, and sledding was the favorite. Next was favorite place to get gifts. 5th place was any store that sells gift cards. Small business and Five Below tied for 4th. 3rd place was the mall. Target placed in 2nd, and the favorite place was Amazon. And an honorable mention was the common answer, at home under the Christmas tree. Finally, we asked what everyone's least favorite thing about the holidays were. In order from 5th to 1st, Montour's least favorite aspects of the season were cleaning up, buying gifts, family and the end of break tied for 3rd, the cold, and the least favorite was how busy the season is.
Thanks to Ivy for that amazing compilation. Next, we have a video starring the one and only Sam Allman and Mr. D with some Christmas trivia.
Alright, we're here with Mr. Boring, aka Cousin Eddie from last year's Lookalikes. Mr. Boring, the question is for you. On the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, ever see that when you were a kid? Charlie Brown Christmas?
I can kind of remember.
Charlie Brown has one lone ornament on that tree. What color is that ornament?
Green, of course.
That was very confident, but not the correct answer.
Yellow.
Still not right?
Red.
Correct.
All right.
Red is the correct answer.
I tried.
It was good.
Mic check. 1, 2.
All right, we're here with Robert Goulet / Mr. Held, and he's going to answer a trivia question for his class.
Sir Robert.
You can help him out if he can't get this one right.
Hey kids, I'm going to be on TV.
Popular during Christmas time are snowmen at 122 feet tall. This U.S. state holds the record for the tallest snowman ever. Crickets in the room.
France.
All right, we're back with our French expert, Sam. This question, though, is not about France, so we'll see if you can branch out a little bit. In the popular cartoon, Frosty the Snowman, what is the name of the little girl that befriends Frosty? She's his best friend. Anybody else, if you know, you can help her out. Martinex, you know? Claire? No? Close. Nah, not that close. What is the name of Frosty, the little girl that befriends Frosty and Frosty the Snowman? Anybody else?
Karen. Is it really?
Come here. Yes.
Oh my gosh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh, no, I was going to say Carol at
The
first.
correct answer was?
Karen. Karen. Right?
Okay, we're here in the library with Mr. King.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
For our next question, this one for another pick out of the ancient stocking for a piece of candy. Here's your question. In National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Clark is expecting a bonus from his boss to build a swimming pool out back. But instead, his boss gives him this as a gift. Do you remember what he got as a gift? It's a yearly subscription.
To the Jelly of the Month Club.
That is absolutely correct. Boom.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Trevor approached us, says he's a Christmas movie aficionado.
Turn around. Sin City was a maybe.
So here we got one for you. In the movies, The Santa Claus, okay? Scott Calvin and his son Charlie burned dinner, the turkey, and so they can't have Christmas Eve dinner at the house. So what restaurant did they go to for Christmas dinner?
I know this. I forget the name of it.
Might not be around too much, but keep thinking about it. It'll come to you. Want some hints? It's a singular name. There used to be one on Route 60 over here in Robinson. It's no longer there.
Was it the?
It's my dad's first name.
I don't even know who your dad is.
Oh, that doesn't help you, does it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Classic Pittsburgh name. Keep thinking. Give it a shot. A man's first name. I think they had like the Big Slam breakfast at one point.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we have found a Montour legend here in the library, sitting on his phone doing nothing like normal. So let's talk about this question here. Carol Ebersold and her daughters created this holiday fad in 2005, and it's still popular today with kids and families. What is the fad they created? 2005 they created it. You probably have used it. Your family has used it for you.
You got it.
I don't believe it.
2005. Carol Ebersold.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you probably used this as a kid. Your family used this as a kid. Popular Christmas fad.
Santa Claus?
No, Santa Claus was created well before 2005.
Elf on the Shelf.
There we go. That's the answer. Candy time. Santa Claus.
Don't say anything stupid.
It's going to be hard to do. All right. This is the final question of our trivia challenge here. Have you guys seen A Charlie Brown Christmas?
Yes.
You have? Okay. At the very end of A Charlie Brown Christmas, the entire gang gets together. Why are bells ringing in this one? I don't know where that came from. All right. So at the end of A Charlie Brown Christmas, the entire gang gets together, and the cartoon ends with them singing this popular Christmas carol. What is the last song of A Charlie Brown Christmas?
Oh, Christmas tree.
Good guess, but it's incorrect.
Maybe this. We'll collaborate.
I have no clue. I've never seen it.
Never seen A Charlie Brown Christmas.
We'll go with Jingle Bells. What that? What are you talking about? It's a Christmas Carol.
Jingle Bells is a good guess, but they don't sing that. I think it's more of a religious song.
I'll go Old Rusty Merry Gentleman. That's my best guess.
That's your best guess.
I don't have any other guess.
How about any other guesses? Do you need some hints?
Yes. Yes, please.
All right, I gave you the hint that it is more of a religious song. Okay? It's about possible beings that might live in quote unquote heaven.
Angels.
Silent Night?
Underneath the bridge, top is sprung a leak.
It was out. Thank you for that outstanding trivia video, Mr. D and Sam Allman. Hilarious as always. Now, let's pass it back over to Mike Carr.
And now, let's take a look at some very interesting Christmas lookalikes.
Thank you so much for everyone who submitted a skit to help make this video possible, and thank you to our entire student body for participating in all our Christmas activities throughout the holiday season.
See you next year.
Or not.